Welcome to my views on news. Another video for you. First news story is about Demhit TPDM Tigray People's Democratic Movement. For the last few days, we have been hearing the mention of Demhit or TPDM by Eritrean news sources. They are saying that TPDM will attack Tigray fighters if Tigray fighters did not disarm. It's a very dangerous development if it is going to happen. Is there any TPDM in Tigray, or is it just EDF in the guise of TPDM? Secondly, Daniel Kibret, PMRB's advisor, once again today shared some controversial material. The man is known for sharing provocative statements and speeches, and yesterday he spoke about burial of TPLF. He said, though not explicitly, and today he talked about Axum. What did he say? And lastly, viewers, another Tigray opposition party has leveled serious allegations against TPLF. Baytona spoke around 24 hours ago. Tigray opposition parties seem to be rejecting the peace agreement signed in Pretoria, South Africa, around 2 weeks ago. Firstly, viewers, TPDM, Tigray People's Democratic Movement, Demhit, was an Ethiopian opposition fighters group, armed group, formed, trained, and launched in Eritrea against Ethiopia when TPLF was in power in the form of EPRDF in Addis Ababa. Eritrea back then backed the formation of this group. The group was involved in attacks in Ethiopia. Later, EPRDF alliance in 2018 was removed from power. PP came to power and Demhit made peace with Ethiopia. Demhit was dissolved. But a few months ago, you can say, after the start of this new conflict, in Ethiopia in 2020, Demhit resurfaced, of course, backed by Eritrea. And before the start of third round of fighting in August, we heard that Demhit was being mobilized. It was regrouping. It was going to hit Tigray forces in Tigray, TPLF fighters. It was going to hit TPLF fighters in Tigray. We could not confirm any organizational structure of Demhit. Most people said that it was basically EDF in the guise of Demhit. There was no Demhit. But Eritrean news sources kept on claiming that Demhit was operating in Tigray. It was a way of disguising the presence of Eritrean military in Tigray. Now, it is being said by some pro-Eritrean government, Eritrean news sources, that if TPLF, if Tigray fighters did not disarm in the next 12 days, Demhit fighters will attack Tigray fighters. They'll ensure a complete disarmament. It's a very dangerous development. It means Eritrean military is sending this message, not Demhit. Demhit is basically EDF. It means Eritrean military wants disarmament of Tigray fighters. Eritrean military will not withdraw from Tigray before the complete or partial disarmament of Tigray fighters. 30,000 Demhit fighters are being reported by these news sources. We never saw such a presence of Demhit in Tigray. Eritrean military is operating in Tigray. So these reports by pro-Eritrea news outlets are very alarming. It means that if Tigray fighters did not surrender their heavy weapons, Eritrean forces will not withdraw from Tigray. And Tigray regional government says that its forces will not surrender weapons, heavy weapons, light weapons, until non-ENDF, Amhara forces and Eritrean military withdraws from Tigray. There seems to be a deadlock, as I pointed in previous videos. I think Eritrean government is now threatening TPLF's Tigray regional government, that Tigray fighters will have to disarm, otherwise Eritrean military will take action in the guise of TPDM. The coming days are very crucial, viewers. This agreement signed in Pretoria, then second declaration signed in Kenya must hold. Resumption of fighting will have serious consequences, humanitarian consequences. The deal in South Africa, in Kenya, the deals were signed after weeks of discussions. If it collapses, if the deals collapse, it would have consequences. Consequences for Tigray region, maybe for Ethiopia too. So that is why implementation of peace agreement is very slow. Eritrean military is waiting for disarmament of TPLF members, Tigray fighters. And TPLF is under pressure because opposition parties, Tigrayan diaspora, even within TPLF, some elements are opposing disarmament of Tigray fighters. What is going to happen? It is difficult to say, but situation needs to be monitored very cautiously and regularly. Another Tigray opposition party today rejected TPLF's signing of the peace agreement in Pretoria. Baytona released a statement around 48 hours ago, not today. Baytona said that TPLF is not the sole representative of the people of Tigray. Agreement was between TPLF and Prosperity Party. People of Tigray were not on board. Baytona is opposing disarming of Tigray forces. Rather, it is calling for establishing of Tigray Defense Force as an institution. Secondly, it says that there is no mention of genocide in the peace agreement. No accountability demanded by TPLF. Baytona in its statement lashed out at TPLF. The TPLF was working for its own interests. It was undermining the interests of the people of Tigray. Baytona says that the agreement will not bring lasting peace in Tigray in Ethiopia. 3 to 4 days ago, Tigray Independence Party issued a similar statement. Both parties are calling for independence of Tigray, establishment of Tigray Defense Force, and they are rejecting the peace agreement. So TPLF seems to be alone now, though it is the major party in Tigray. TIP or Baytona are small parties, but they might gain much more public support in new elections if elections are held. They could not get lots of votes in September 2020 regional election. But if new elections are held, I think the parties will have more support among Tigrayans than they had in September 2020. So overall, TPLF is under pressure. It agreed to disarming of its fighters. Tigray Defense Force too. TDF generals agreed to disarmament as well. Sadkan was there in Pretoria. Then Varade was in Nairobi, Kenya. It was a joint decision of TPLF and Tigray military officers, but TPLF is now suffering the consequences because political parties, politicians are the victims of decisions made at the table. So, Tigray military commanders are not the targets of criticism, though they were on board when the agreement was signed in South Africa. But main target of criticism is TPLF. Thirdly, was Daniel Kibret is again busy sharing controversial material. Disputed material is being shared by Daniel Kibret, PM Abiy's advisor. A few hours ago, he spoke about Axum. He implied that Axum belongs to Amharas. Axum is Ethiopian treasure, its cultural treasure, its religious treasure. What did he say? He said, Axum church was originally built by King Fasilides in 17th century. New church of Axum was built by Haile Selassie, Ethiopian emperor. And the place where Ark of Covenant is kept was built by Empress Menon, who was Emperor Haile Selassie's wife. He further said that Axum is closer to Valdiba than to Adwa. So mainly he said that Amharas are heirs of Axum, not Tigrayans. I don't know why Daniel Kibret keeps on coming up with controversial material. He's a deacon. He worked with the church, Orthodox Church. So the church works for unity. People of church, clergy and other who have worked with church, they work for unity, work for peace. I know why he keeps on sharing controversial material. 2 to 3 days ago, he talked about burial, that whether you bury someone with cloth or gold, it does not matter. Burial means burial. It's end of the thing which is being buried. Mainly he was implying that TPLF was being buried. TPLF had no future. It had no chance of being reborn. So that just shows his views about TPLF. But the man is followed. Thousands follow him. Those who are followed should be responsible in their speech. Otherwise, they become tools of spreading hatred. Thank you for watching.